Simon, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How does that change things?
The result on Saturday, I don't think it changes things in the sense that it was always about us, after the French result in particular, understanding what we needed to get better in that game, after that game, and put that into practice at home, but then going away to Twickenham, I guess, understanding and the learnings from the French game and how we needed to perform on the road, against a good team. And I think on the whole, we did a pretty good job. There'll be things in the game we've already reflected on that we can be better at. And I think that's always been the mark of this team, is that probably after good results and wins, we've probably dug a bit deeper into that performance and understood that for us to keep being as the best that we can be, we need to keep getting better, and that's not been any different this week.
And I suppose the importance now is to back that up. What emphasis is there put on that in team talks and with individual chats with the various squad components?
Yeah, I guess one result against England, in Twickenham, it doesn't it doesn't give us the right to sit back and reflect and enjoy that, because you've got another game coming up against Wales, who performed really well against Scotland. So I guess our philosophy has always been be really diligent around the sort of fundamentals in our game, and make sure that we keep honing those skills and keep mastering those skills in training to allow us to keep performing. And we'll need to get better again next week. It's a different game. It's a different team that we're playing against. They've got different skill set, and they've got different threats to England, and we need to make sure we stay on top of that.
Simon, how satisfying for you as part of the management team, for Andy? We saw the camera on Andy during the game. How satisfying was it for that result and performance to all come together after what's gone on maybe since the start?
Yeah, but I think we're pretty realistic in that we weren't as bad as people were saying we were against France, even though we let ourselves down in a few areas. But then you're not always as good as people think you are as well. So having that ability to keep reflecting on some of the things that you said you were going to do, have we done that as a team? Are we continually trying to get better in all areas of our game? And I think seeing some of the stuff that come out on Saturday in the performance was brilliant. It was emotional. It was exciting. We felt like there was a massive. The players, I think, influenced the crowd, influenced the Irish element in the crowd, and we're obviously outside in Twickenham, so it made for a far more enjoyable experience as a coaching group, rather than being in a box and not really enjoying that atmosphere. So, and it obviously helps when you've got. You're winning big moments, which you did, both sides of the ball.
You've been around plenty of big moments, like the wins over the All Blacks, World Cups, Six Nations wins, whatever. Where does that victory, especially in Twickenham, by that scoreline and that dominance, where does that rank for you, maybe in the list of games you put up there?
I think it was partly due to the slow start to the Six Nations that we felt like we hadn't really been ourselves against France. We'd done pretty well against Italy, but we felt like there was more in us, and I think there's some sense of going to Twickenham. It's a massive game. It's not a place where you get a result easily. You've got to work for it, and I think the players showed that. They showed how much it meant to them to play in an Irish jersey. They wanted to perform, and I think that was reflective in the way that they played, the way that they went after England, the way that they looked after each other, the way that they celebrated with each other, and I think it would be right up there for me in terms of performances. And you don't always get the result on the back of a performance, but obviously the result at the end of it was due to a lot of hard work that the players had put in.
Thanks, Susanna.
Hi Simon. You kind of touched on it already, but the pictures and the videos of the coaches celebrating during the game were everywhere afterwards. Even with a few days to reflect, I suppose, does it still feel as good as it did in those moments?
Yeah, you probably can't capture the moment at the time. You don't necessarily, you don't know what you're doing, I suppose, when you're in those moments. You certainly don't expect someone to capture that. But I think it's reflective of the performance that so many of the players were putting in on the day. Things that we know are important, and it got the Irish the crowd going as well, and we were right in the mix there next to the English coaches, and there's a few other people around there of note that I wasn't aware of. But yeah, it's just nice to feel like we're a small part of that, and we're enjoying, like everyone else is, the performance that we're seeing on the pitch. And I think the players, you could see, were enjoying themselves as well.
Just last two questions in this live section, BBC and then with Kieran, okay?
Two very quick ones from me. Perhaps one of the ongoing dividends from Twickenham was 5,000 or close to it turning up today, Simon. I just wonder how important that is for the players coming out of the tunnel, the high five and the reception they get.
These days are always important. Yeah, I think the players enjoy them. The 20s, they set the tone on Friday night in Bath, and I genuinely think that the group were motivated by that performance, them beating England. And we saw today the way they trained as well against us was excellent. So these days are really important. It's not, you don't get the chance to do this very often. When we do it, I think the players genuinely enjoy it, and they enjoy seeing some of the younger fans get an opportunity to meet the players. And I think it's certainly a really nice day where fans and players get the chance to mix a little bit.
And Andy, been strongly linked to Sarah's speculation, but I wonder, as a coaching staff, how you would approach that within the group, given that it might have the potential to be disruptive.
Yeah, we haven't. No.
Nothing.
No.
Thank you.
Kieran?
So can you just give the latest on James Lowe and his chances of featuring against Wales or Scotland?
Yeah, he's struggling. I think I think he's due to see someone today, just a specialist. But it'll be. I would have thought they'll make a call on it over the next few days. But you could see when he tried to take off that he did something nasty, and though he's pretty tough, he was getting up and down on the sideline when things were going well for us, and he was part of the cheerleading group, I think, on the sideline. But yeah, I think the next couple of days probably will be reflected on his involvement before the end of the Six Nations.